let's take a look at our discussion post for this week and really talk about some of the ways that we can dissect the discussion, and make sure that we're hitting all of the different parts of the prompt so we can get the most points possible. Now, the first thing that you're going to want to do for every single discussion post is you're going to want to go over the background and read it. Make sure that you understand what it is that we're going to be talking about this week, because that's exactly what the discussion board is for. It's for you to have a conversation with your fellow students on the topic of the week. Then once you've read over the entire background, you're going to want to go down to the prompt. And the prompt is what you are actually going to be answering this week. So let's go over this prompt. If you do a search on YouTube for motivation, you'll find a ton of motivational pieces. A web search will reveal thousands of motivation and productivity experts eager to help you. Your local bookstore probably has lots of self-help titles, and hundreds of thousands more are on Amazon. Your local gym has professional staff who will help you create a new you. Honestly, there are lots of people who want to help you to change you, from your hairstyling and makeup to home organization to personal health to finance. A driving factor of capitalism is creating consumer needs by pushing feelings of inadequacy. Considering the ways the world pushes these feelings of inadequacy and how you can manage these feelings effectively, what's the best way to stay positive and arrive at success over these issues? Explain your reasoning. Remember, we are working on improving our critical thinking skills, which includes looking at the information available from experts and using that within our own thinking skills to come up with solutions and ideas better than our initial thoughts. So, here is what we need to do this week. We need to consider the way the world pushes feelings of inadequacy and how we can manage those feelings effectively, and what's the best way for us to stay positive and arrive at success over these issues. And then we need to explain our reasoning. So, we need to have one main post that's 150 words, which that is not a lot to type. It's about one paragraph. And one in-text citation and reference. And then we need to follow up with 2 replies to our fellow students. So when you are responding, you want to make sure that you're using your own words. It's unique. No repeating something that you already said to someone else. And it needs to be something that's substantial. Don't just say, hey, good job. Excellent. You want to extend the conversation, because remember, we're having a discussion here. You can challenge the post, but be considerate of others. Also, be aware of your grammar and spelling, because you're training to be a professional, so you need to write like it. So the easiest way to get started, let's open up Microsoft Word. That's going to help us to catch our grammar, our spelling, everything else we need. And we can set up our paper how we need it to be set up. So let's just write a line and type our name, the class we are in. I always like to type the week and the professor's name. And just return a couple of times, and then you can go back to being left aligned. The next thing that I like to do, grab the question I need to answer, right? So here's the question I need to answer. Considering the way the world pushes feelings of inadequacies and how we can manage those feelings effectively, what's the best way to stay positive and arrive at success over issues? Now, I need to have one in-text citation and one reference. So, what's an in-text citation? An in-text citation is a citation that means that you're showing the source of your fact or your idea, and you're putting it into your sentence. So you're not putting it into a bibliography or a works cited page. You're actually working it into the sentence structure of your written piece. So I have 2 examples here on the screen. Dr. Acumen reveals in his new book, I Know It All, when it comes to facts, I can never know too many. I'm great at trivia parties. Everyone wants me on their team. So I'm quoting Dr. Acumen here, and I'm also stating where I got the quote from. I got it from Dr. Acumen in his new book, I Know It All. Or a lot of us use web URLs, right? According to www.idon'tcare.edu, 79% of students are apathetic about persuasive appeals. So there is my statistic, and I'm also quoting right in the sentence where I got that statistic from. Now, for this, you can start to do some research using Shark. So let's go and get over to Shark. We'll just go back to the home page of the course. And we can go right over to ProQuest and make sure that you are logged in. To use ProQuest personally, but again, if you are in the medical field or in some of the other fields, you may find that the other databases work best for you, but personally for this one, I'm going to use ProQuest. So let's go back to our topic and see what it is. Again, we're considering the way the world pushes feelings of inadequacy and how we can manage those feelings. And this really had to do with how we're marketed, correct? So let's look up marketing and self-esteem. And we'll see what we find. 11,000 results. So social networks may inflate self-esteem or reduce self-control. Self-esteem and self-control, how Facebook may hurt your clients. These seem to be some really great results on, what it is that we're looking for. Specifics on, the Dove Self-Esteem Project. And you can go in and you can say, I'm looking for something in the last 12 months, something in the last year that really gets down to the nitty-gritty of marketing and self-esteem. And again, once you are in there, we'll just grab this one for an example. You can click right on the citation and copy this and put it right into your Word document down at the bottom after you have written your post. Now make sure that you check everything over and that you have the right number of words. What you can do is you can actually copy and paste, and you can just do a quick wordcounter.net and double check. Now, your citation and the question, that should not count in your word count. But again, this is a good way to gauge how many words you have and whether or not you've hit all of the pieces of the prompt each week. So once you've done that, save your Word files. Make sure you save them each week because you can go back to them, you can fix things, and you might find some really helpful information. You're going to want to write in a Word document, not directly into the discussion board on its own, because if something happens, it could log you out, there could be a technical glitch, and you don't want to lose all of those words that you've written. So once you have it said and done, you can copy and paste it directly out of Word, go down to the reply, and paste it right in. You can even reformat it if the formatting didn't come through. Grab it and align right over here and post your reply. And I'm just going to say, see my video on this topic right here. All right, everyone, I hope you have a great day.